I'm sure many of you have dreamed of taking a vacation to Spain, maybe to the place where this wine is coming from, but I doubt you've ever considered going wine tasting when you're there. The region in question is, of course, Mallorca, a place probably more famous for sunbathing and going to the beach than it is for growing grapes and making wine. But today, we changed that because this is a wine that I did admittedly raise an eyebrow at when Eduardo first brought it to me. But I have to say, as soon as he poured me a glass, I was like, sign me up. I'm in. This is a bottle called Quibia coming from Mallorca. It's a 2022. And when I tried this, I have to tell you, I stuck my nose in the glass and I was like, this doesn't even smell remotely familiar, except that it's giving me lots of things from other grapes that I kind of recognize. Like I smell it and I'm like, it's kind of perfumed, like Viognier. And it's a little peachy and lychee, sometimes like Gewürztraminer is. And there's a little bit of citrus in there, almost like I would expect from something like a Sauvignon Blanc. And yet, it is its own very thing coming from this place that really has been overlooked as a wine growing region. We're talking about a place that gets 300 days of sun. So it gets really, really nice and warm. The grapes have ample opportunity to get ripe, but they're also right on the water, which means they're getting those gorgeous coastal breezes to kind of help moderate and cool everything down. And that really is the key to making great wine. You want that balance. Too much sun, it's going to be flabby and overripe, but too cold, well, you're going to have really tart, kind of gross wines. When you have that combination, you get something really beautiful like this. There's two grapes that you've probably never heard of that make up this blend here. The first one is called Prensal, and this is the grape that's going to give you the roundness and the complexity. Giro Ros, that's where you're going to get all of that acidity. So it's not just all of the surrounding elements that are going to give you that balance. It's also the grapes in the actual blend. So let's taste this wine. I mean, the first thing that you're getting is floral, and then it kind of fades into these nutty things and then finishes with these really gorgeous apples that really kind of lean on that like juicy, rich gala side of things, maybe even slightly baked, that would remind you almost of like a California Chardonnay. Don't think butter, don't think oak. Just think of those flavors that you sometimes associate with Chardonnay that comes from riper areas. But it's lifted and it's bright and it has this energy to it that makes it so unbelievably drinkable and almost gulpable. That second sip, you continue to feel the brightness and the lift, but I have to tell you, texturally is really where I'm at with this wine because there is this intensity, this weight to this wine that feels picked up by the freshness, almost as if that sea breeze is coming through in real time to lift you back up, bring you back from a lot of that like intense heat and lift you out of your chair. This is so delicious and mouthwatering. And there's almost this like sea salt thing going on there. If you've ever like sprinkled Maldon on olive oil, sometimes I do that with my eggs. It's that kind of complexity that I'm talking about. It's that olive oil that gives you a little bit of that savory texture. And then it's the salinity of the salt that just picks it right back up and lets it kind of like filter throughout your tongue. If you are tasting this and you're not getting that, totally fine. But I'm telling you, you should definitely look for it because the more I taste this wine, the more I'm like, yeah, olive oil and salt, totally. And then the last thing I'm going to mention on this wine is have fun with it. This is a wine that you can definitely drink on its own, but this is also a wine that I think can pair with a lot of the foods that you're going to be enjoying in these spring and summer months. This is definitely a great salad wine. It's a great crudité wine. It's a great poolside wine, but it also is serious enough to work with a lot of your more entree foods that you might see at dinner. Certainly when like salmon and fish starts coming back onto the table, this is a perfect wine for that. So think fresh vegetables, think your grains, think light proteins. That's what this wine really wants to be paired with, but don't be afraid to drink it on its own.